Good morning, my name is Shoma Dala, the General Manager of the Riant Hotel, an elegant 4-star city hotel with 250 rooms. Firstly, let me introduce you to my team. Ms. Polanco and Mr. Pythagoras are revenue managers, Ms. Girarde, our marketing and advertising manager, and finally Mr. Debra, our channel manager. Hereby, we will present how the Riant Hotel performed in the previous year, focusing on each quarter. The strategy we have chosen to completely differentiate ourselves aimed at providing the highest value compared to the competition in the market, enabling us to charge the highest price as well. Therefore, our main objective was to become market leaders by targeting a wealthy market segment who appreciate and also demand the high quality we provide. Our target market consisted of transients, bar and premium, and small groups. My team, working together interdepartmentally, focused on these core values in order to reach the optimal outcome. Additionally, we constantly focused on upgrading the facilities and our services. We will do a soft renovation to increase our ratings of the restaurant and the bar lounge. Then, we completely renovate the lobby and the public areas. Also, we implement a complete environmental program to raise awareness and also to show our investment into the future.
Our pricing had to follow our chosen business strategy. Consequently, we chose a strong starting price and kept increasing our prices at the same rate as we increased the quality. As the biggest share of our rooms revenue came from bar standard clients during weekdays, very important, we thought it was a good reference point to use for the rest of the rates. For 2015, we chose bar based on previous year's information and forecast. We felt there was a potential for higher prices, so we went from $160, the projected rate, to $190 per room night. In order to minimize the distortion caused to our transient customers by the large groups, we set a relatively high price of $175 per room night for the groups to either discourage them from coming at all, or if they do come, to make them coming worth it. The rest of the rates for the segments that account for a smaller part of demand can be seen on the following table. Seeing the January results, we have understood that we were going in the right direction, as we were second highest in terms of quality offered, and also to maintain the success, an ADR index of 111, and more importantly, a RevPAR index 104, well above the market average. We needed to increase our occupancy rate to catch up with the market, as we were only getting 90 per every 100 available customers on the market. As we had a good balance between price and quality, we could only infer we were not able to maximize the potential of our marketing ability.
Regarding the channel management, throughout the first quarter, we have attributed higher percentages to direct channel for bar standard because they are our target market. We believe it was the best option because it represented low costs. We focused mainly on directing our clients for our website. We raised the prices in indirect channels so that if we receive bookings from them, we minimize the costs. Nonetheless, we lowered the percentage of these channels to be able to send a message to our clients, educate our guests through marketing. If they want the best prices, they must go through our website. Consequently, by raising those rates, these indirect channels will have an incentive to sell more of our rooms because they will earn a higher commission. During the month of January, our transient segment was channeled through direct percentages above 50%. Bar standard was at 80% on weekdays, for example, with 15% GDS, 5% OTA, and 0 allocated to wholesale. During the month of February and March, we decreased the percentages allocated to direct channels for transient and evened it out throughout the room type roughly to 60% each, allocating more to GDS, OTA, and wholesale.
During the first quarter, we focused the marketing actions toward transients and small groups, always favoring the direct booking route rather than OTA or GDS. Also, as a city center hotel, we believe our potential is greater during weekdays. Thus, we increased our marketing actions during these. After the first months, we adjusted the marketing actions hand in hand with the channel manager. Our goal is to use marketing to increase the occupancy rate. However, our mistake was to market to those segments that were already coming to our hotel instead of raising awareness and interest into those other segments that were not receptive to our hotel presence yet. For instance, throughout the year, we always increased marketing to transients because they were good customers for the Riant. Instead, we should have focused our advertising actions towards large groups.
Thank you very much, team. I believe it was a great first quarter because by the end of the first quarter, we managed to achieve our preset goals of upgrading the facilities and our services and also refurbishing some new areas. Moreover, we also carried out additional plans. We renovated the front desk, softly redid the meeting rooms to offer better quality for small groups, and we also enabled the fast check-in and check-out option. Concerning the facilities, we implemented retail shops to increase the sense of home in our property, and also implement option to purchase tours at our concierge desk. Concerning the services, we added value by adding music and entertainment in the lobby to make the customers feel more at home. Therefore, looking at the price value map, we can see that our price and value ratio is really balanced. However, despite the fact that we have the highest quality in the market, we are charging the third highest price compared to our competitors, meaning that we're leaving money on the table and missing an opportunity of charging higher prices and earning more revenue and profit. I would like to announce our focus in the second quarter. Increasing our savings to add the lobby bar in the hotel that bears with a considerable value. Therefore, we are going to decrease our spendings. However, in the next quarter, we will redo the parking grounds and carry out throughout cleaning process in the public areas of the hotel.
In quarter two, we continue to raise our prices, as now our newly refurbished facilities were ready for exploitation, thus increasing the perceived value the clients were getting. In addition to that, the average price throughout the market had been steadily going up. Therefore, we had to raise our prices in order to keep up our reputation as above the average in both quality and price. By the end of the second quarter, our bar was $249 per room night. The rest of the prices can be seen on the current table. Despite the fact that this quarter we managed to attract more clients than before, up to 4 percentage points compared to last quarter, our occupancy rate index was still below the market average, being recorded as 94.4 out of 100. Our ADR index at the end of the second quarter was 108 year to date, and RevPAR index was 105.
At the beginning of the second quarter, we realized that we focused too much on direct channels for the transient. We were not penetrating the market as much as we should, therefore we adjusted the percentages. For all the different room types for the transient sector, we decreased direct to 40%, giving more to indirect channels. During the month of April, we put more emphasis on direct in comparison to GDS and OTA. However, for the month of May, we looked at our room report and concluded that we were getting nearly as many rooms from direct and GDS, so we increased GDS to 40%, making it equal to direct. We also concluded that we were not selling rooms from wholesale, so we allocated 0 to it, leaving 20% from OTAs. In June, we did not change any channel allocation due to our changes in May, which worked well.
Throughout the whole year, we kept the same strategy when facing a group arrival. Since our strategy did not allow us to accept the groups for such low rates, we always tried to target the displaced transients from the other hotel. To do this, we marketed a lot to transient in the months when the group was there, lowering group marketing, and then balancing everything again in the following months. We increased our GDS marketing because many of our guests book using this channel. At the end of the second quarter, however, we noticed that we still made a mistake in terms of marketing strategy, although at the moment we did not figure out what it was. Our occupancy rate was still low, so instead of changing radically our strategy and lowering prices, we decided to increase marketing. Moreover, seeing the absence of results of marketing through wholesale, we stopped all marketing through this channel.
Frankly speaking, I'm happy with our increase in the occupancy. However, it could be improved in a much faster pace than 5% in 3 months. Good news, we got good reviews in terms of facilities, which we can expect to decrease a little bit due to our saving approach. But our price and quality ratio became worse. We are offering a much higher quality in comparison to the price we are charging for it. For the next quarter, therefore, look into the channel management and our marketing in order to increase our occupancy and come up with a solution concerning our rates.
For July, we continued increasing prices again to keep up and be on top of our competition. By this point, our bar on weekdays, which is our reference point, amounted to $261 per room night. For the month of August, however, we have realized 2 things. One is that our rates were higher than the market average, but way too high, so that was hurting our occupancy rate. And the second thing we realized is that the hotel was undergoing a lot of renovations and refurbishments. Therefore, the hotel was losing its competitive edge in terms of highest service or most amenities offered for the price. Therefore, we decided not to touch the prices at all for this month. As our strategy does not allow us to drop prices, we simply kept them the same and let the market catch up a little bit, but watching out to still have the rates above the market average. All other things remaining equal, this should have increased our occupancy rate, our most struggling indicator. This is partially due to the fact that up until this point we have not been able to fetch any RFPs of large groups, as the winner had to offer the lowest room-only price, offering which is against our business strategy. In September, we started raising the prices again. However, it was a bad idea. The ADR index did go up compared to August, because obviously we didn't increase the prices, but the merely recovering occupancy rate index plummeted again, and unfortunately, so did the RevPAR index. At this point, for the first time in 2015, our RPI has dropped below the market baseline.
At the beginning of the third quarter, we realized that we were doing the group channel management completely wrong after looking at the report from the previous year. We were channeling through direct, GDS, OTA, and wholesale, when in reality we should only channel through direct from groups. Therefore, starting from July, we allocated 100% to direct and disregarded the indirect channels, as we should have done from January onwards.
During the month of July, a group arrived to town and we applied the same strategy, which already worked well. The following month, we increased our marketing to groups again. Our total expenses for marketing are huge, and later during the simulation, nearly the end, we realized that if we had allocated them better, we would have saved a lot of money. Nonetheless, in August, we reached our occupancy fair market share, and our strong marketing message helped a lot in this process.
Great marketing approach. Finally, we are not under the fair market share concerning our occupancy, but our expenses are too high. However, we still managed to increase our GOPAR compared to the previous month, which is good news. Regarding the facilities, the creation of the lobby bar that was ready in September aided us in maintaining our high quality. Thus, we can see it on the price value map that our hotel is the only one in the market that stayed in the top right corner. But don't take it as granted, because we still realized an enormous drop in the occupancy index and the RevPAR. We are under the baseline again. For the last quarter, therefore, try to focus on attracting new guests who have not been reached yet by our advertising, and cut down on expenses as much as possible to have better results when closing our balance sheet at the end of the year. We might see a strategy change by our competitors as we are approaching the end of the year. However, we are sticking to our strategy that will benefit us in the next year with a strong image.
During the final quarter, we have stayed loyal to our trend, increasing the prices in October by $12 for the rates booked through the direct channel and by $15 for indirect. The extra $3 per room night would allow us to cover the commission that had to be paid for various distributors. Being stubborn for the past 2 months had cost us a lot of occupancy rate points. For the final 2 months, we were tricked by the competition, who actually went all in and decreased their prices. As we did not have major renovations in place, which did not significantly increase the offered value for money, our rates started seeming unreasonably high for the customer. So the more price-sensitive segment of our clientele left us. This unfortunate circumstance has hurt our occupancy even more than before, leaving us with only 72, a horror story index for any hotel regardless of their strategy. Our occupancy has consistently struggled, especially for the group segment. By the end of the year cycle, we ended up with the following prices.
During the fourth quarter, we adjusted for the month of October the ratio between direct and GDS for the transits to equal them out, attributing 40% to both and 20% to OTA, seeing that it was the average pattern for the rooms report for the previous 3 quarters.
For the final yearly quarter, we understood the mistake we'd been making all along and changed drastically the way we marketed. We increased the advertising actions to the market we had a hard time to retain, while lowering our marketing expenses to guests who are already coming to the Riant. Also, instead of lowering extremely the marketing to large groups when one was coming to town, we decided to just reduce it a little bit, since there might be other groups during this month. Both of these actions were improvements. However, in November, we got a negative profit. That's why in December, we decided to cut radically all our marketing expenses. We were confident enough to do this, given that we always have been very present in our customers' minds.
Our indexes are terrifying. They just keep dropping. However, the important thing is not what we did, but how we learned from our mistakes, as we thought the competition implemented an unusual strategy by which they performed much better than us in the last quarter. But that quarter is the short run. We are aiming for success in the long run, thus by keeping our strategy, we kept a strong image that will benefit us in a more essential way in the next year. whilst our competitors will suffer increasing their prices once again.